With the rage and the protesting and I mean the people that are fucking. I mean, I'm not going to speak for any of those people, but to think that none of this shit, none of it is knee-jerk reaction, I would say.
Steve.
There's a possibility, but I mean, nowadays that's what it is. No one thinks anymore. They just react, and they're just like, I need a reaction to this, instead of like thinking shit out.
Steve texted me a few days before we got told that we were going to be back in our studio space, and he's like, I want to talk about the riots, and look at us talking about the riots. I knew it was going to happen. But also,
it's hard not to, man. It's
I know. I don't want us to get too much into it.
I don't want to get into it either.
That's not what this show ever was.
Yes. Are we addressing it? That's it. We are going to move on, though. Like that's.
But Antifa, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Fuck you. Antifa has two dads. As Portner would say.
Not that that's a bad thing. Portner.
Yeah.
Antifa has two dads and hates them both.
There's nothing wrong with two dads. I have four, so it's fine.
I'm one of them.
Yeah. So moving on.
But now I want to revisit an old topic that we were going to start to do as a subject, and with all of everything going on, I can't fill in enough. We could do a whole episode on this, and it would include everything going on. But I have to compartmentalize, or else I'm gonna freak the fuck out, and you all will see it. And I can't do that. So all that other stuff, all this other garbage, gone. Okay. So our segment of What the Fuck America. Like I said, we could talk about anything right now. One thing that's really bothering me that I'm very passionate about too. Why the fuck are we even trying to get sports back? We can't keep ourselves fucking safe. We can't keep the goddamn athletes safe. And as of right now, Florida is the spot for two of these leagues to start working out. Florida's a fucking nightmare. Why are we bothering getting sports, Steve? Because I know it's you fuck.
Money. But no, it's honestly,
that's
I think I was one of those people. Obviously, before Florida's now a hotspot, but
Florida was always a hotspot. To be honest.
Sorry, yeah,
it's America.
I stand corrected. The Sunshine State was always hot.
Hot as fuck.
But 2 months ago, I mean, first thing on my mind was, please God, we need sports. Like the world needs it. You need a distraction. That's what sports are. You know, it's entertainment, and it's a way to not think about shit. And
when baseball season comes around, it's a great way to fall asleep at night. It's my sleep timer. I don't give a shit. I love it.
It kills hours of time, and you know what? It distracts you from
what else would you rather
shit.
do?
And you got people sitting around home all day, thinking about God knows what, and you know that's I was literally like, anything they need to do for the NFL. They were like, oh, we need new face masks. I was like, fucking do it if that's gonna get them back on the field. But there's no fucking way. Like, I mean, this shit's gonna just, because all the ground rules they're setting, and like how they're gonna handle if someone contracts COVID. Basically, they got to sit out for 2 weeks, test positive twice before they're allowed back. So then also, if you have a coach that gets it, he's out 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You can't play football professionally without a coaching staff, without your best players. You know, baseball's definitely a little different. Like football, I mean, it's literally a unit. There's not one guy that can do it all. Baseball,
and also you're really
get
in a
around
lot of close proximity.
Yeah. Baseball, you can kind of get around it. Football, I have no idea how they're going to do it. There's more contact in football than any other sport.
Well, I mean, right now, if you really want to look at how football's going to go, just look at how the college towns are doing right now. It's June. College teams, especially football, meet up in a few weeks. There's already, like, in really popular SEC campuses, there's already, like, half of the team is sick in some of these places. And just think about what that's doing to the student body as a whole.
Yeah.
They're still allowing the bars to be open. It's still relatively like an open town. I know LSU is a big one where a lot of students are sick already.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I get it that these are kids, but no one, like the NCAA should be stepping in saying what to do. No one is doing that.
Yeah.
Are we really going to trust the NFL to, like,
the worst,
have their
the
shit
worst
together?
PR in any league, any professional league, they have not handled a single PR
I mean, well, let's be honest. One of the best things that they did
right.
was coming out and talking about unity with its black players and stuff, and how they weren't listening before. How two-faced is that after you let a guy not play for 6 years because of it? I mean, granted, we all feel whatever we feel about Colin Kaepernick, but that motherfucker should have never not had a job.
Yeah.
And now you're going to
You're
come
letting
out?
guys that beat their wives back into play, but Josh Gordon smokes pot, and he's been banned 3 times. Like,
And now also they don't really ban anyone for pot.
Now they're not doing it,
Yeah.
and I was like, you literally just ruined this guy's career. All he wanted to do was smoke pot. That's it.
And
so
that's-
many far worse things. You had guys.
I don't know,
Stallworth,
man.
Drunk drove and killed somebody, and he was back in the league. Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, and that's why, too, like, I love sports. I'm wearing a fucking hat of a team I'm not even a fan of, okay? I fucking live for this shit. Way more important things going on right now. And another thing, too, like, especially with baseball is a great example how they're only going to play 60 games this year, if they even get that far.
Yeah.
Garrett Cole, newest signed Yankee. I love him. Can't wait to see him play. $40+ million a year, right?
Yeah.
We have a problem now where these athletes, especially baseball, they couldn't figure out a good percentage of prorated salary. I hate to say it. I want to see everyone make as much money as possible, but $40 million to
Without fans.
play. Not only that, but just say the season was, underway. There was nothing going on in the world. $40+ million is a lot of money.
Yeah, but what do you think the money comes from? It's the fans.
Oh no. I'm not saying anything about where the money's coming from, but just are athletes getting paid way too much money?
Yeah.
Like, not even like, oh, they're getting paid a lot and it's ridiculous. Way too much.
Well, baseball
now.
specifically.
Baseball is out of fucking
Football,
control.
I think for what those guys go through, it's,
I
think around the league they don't get paid enough overall.
Right. And hockey gets paid very,
way
very small.
way underpaid. And those guys get their asses kicked too.
Yeah,
But,
and also usually
and it has to
a
do
lot
with
less
revenue,
injury.
It has to do with revenue though. And
Of course.
NHL makes the least
But
amount of money.
the argument I'm making is the players shouldn't be making more. I mean, I don't think anyone should be making $40+ million. Like, it's ridiculous.
It's all based off of. I think it's the agents. That's what.
Sure.
started it.
Oh,
The
yeah.
agents are the ones that
oh,
are
it's-
like,
it's
wait a
all
second,
bad.
the league's making this much money.
Right. Your
What
team's
the
making
fuck?
how much?
Yeah.
It's a toxic system. But, it also came from a place
They're
where
also the
athletes-
agents right now are the ones that are pushing for everybody to play.
Of course, yeah.
Shocker.
But
Yeah.
but this also came from a place, I don't know, in the 60s where I can't remember the player's name on the Cardinals who did not want to be traded, didn't want to be treated like cattle because they were also paid terribly. And he stood up and fought for players' rights. And now there's the Players Association and there's free agency and players have control. And it worked its course. And now we're here 40, 50 some odd years later. And I think we have to kind of reform it again. I don't want to see a cap. I don't know what the right answer is, but we almost lost baseball, not just because of the pandemic, but because players and ownership could not agree on how much to get paid. That shouldn't be the thing. This is a game. This is entertainment. This is America's pastime. Do whatever you can to get onto the field, but everyone needs to come together and figure this out.
The
and
idea
it shouldn't be about money.
It
always will
It
be.
used to be about the fans when it first started, and then now it's not at all.
Well, maybe when we were kids, but back in the day, they didn't really care about the players. Nonetheless, they just wanted to fit people in.
Yeah.
Now and then, well, really, it was after the first strike in '94 where there was more. Like, that's what started like players giving balls out during batting practice.
Yeah.
Before that, they only had a certain amount of budget for the balls in the park for a game day, so they couldn't throw all the balls out into the field after the strike. Give them all away. It's a real thing. So, like, I don't know. There's no right answer. I had to bring it up because I don't get why we're so focused on getting sports back. I want everything back to the way it was, but it's got to be done accordingly, man.
People, I mean, this is a very impatient. Everything's an immediate thing now.
Right.
And
also we got the Bundesliga back.
To think that we would come up with a vaccine in 2 months is fucking absurd.
Yeah.
For the world to use, it's absurd.
I'm not taking that.
Yeah.
So the third arm.
you
I
know-
mean, that might be fun.
Yeah.
But
maybe hallucinate a little bit, but it's
Hey now.
this is gonna be the world now. This is gonna be life from now on. It's gonna be like the flu shot every year, and we're
Which
gonna
I don't
fucking
get.
just live with it.
I've never
I
gotten
just
the
can't
flu
wait.
shot.
I'm just so curious as to how it's just gonna be like one day that people are gonna be afraid to go out and do things. Like, what is it gonna take? Even if I don't think the vaccine's even gonna do it.
I think
It's not going to be 100%.
I think
People are just going to react. Everybody's different. Everybody's going to react to it differently. Just same way as some people are asymptomatic, some people aren't.
Well, that's the other thing. We don't know enough about.
We don't know.
COVID to really
the problem
do
is they
anything.
won't fucking say that either. These health people, because if they say that, then they're gonna be like, "Whoa, who's running our country?" It's just like, dude, this is something new that nobody fucking knows about.
We got a bunch
they
of
wanna be
clown
right.
shoes running the country.
But they want to be right, which obviously they should be in this situation because it's killing people.
Right.
But
no one can admit any sort of real fault in these situations. It just is the way that it is.
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, again, like, we're not going to sit here and say we have any of the answers. Hell, Steve and I can't agree
You
on
don't?
shit. I know. I didn't study or anything. But, like,
all the people that tune in need answers.
Sorry if you're tuning into us for news and facts. If you're doing so, run into oncoming traffic.
Yeah.
You should be coming here for the giggles.
Oh no. So,
Have we made a joke yet?
No.
I don't think we've said anything funny today.
No.
You!